Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. But check me out on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. 1, 2, I'm a place to be with Ice Rocks. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How you doing? Everything good?
Everything's great, man. So I was reading you from Queens.
Born and raised in like the East Village, Lower East Side, but I've been out in Queens for like half my life.
Yeah, I had went out there one time, man, on some Come to America shit. Then I had went to like I went to a Days Inn. I was like, what the fuck? Hey, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah, I went out there for my boy's wedding though, but he was in Manhattan, but I was like, man, I want to go to Queens, but I didn't like it out there.
Queens is the place to be. I love it out here.
All right, so how did you get involved with music? Give us some of your earliest memories of music, hip hop.
I mean, I've been listening to that music forever. Specifically hip hop, even. Run DMC, all that stuff. But I think 36 Chambers is the album that changed my life. Okay. That's probably the one that made me look at things very differently. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by made you look at stuff differently?
Just production wise, like you listen to that album, it sounds like nothing that had came before it, and it kind of to me it just like it was bare bones, but it was raw but it also had production value to it as well,
So how did you get involved with producing?
My homies were like rapping and stuff. They were like, always telling me to like freestyle and whatever. We drinking after school and whatnot, drinking 40s after school. But I always was into the music more, and I always thought I was better at making I always thought about making music and how beats are made. And once I started hearing samples and things like that, it kind of took me at making beats that I stuck to what I was good at,
Oh, yeah, I think it went out a little bit. You back though now. So who are some of your influences as far with the beats?
I mean, everybody from Prince Paul, Pete Rock, Large Professor, I mean, Q-Tip, I mean, there's a lot of people. There's a lot. Primo, I mean, the greats, but Lord Finesse, Buck Wild, all that kind of stuff.
I'm saying so. Can you hear me? They get my froze again.
No.
Yeah, you can hear me? Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm saying. So, what kind of equipment did you use? Like you came up starting with?
I started with a MPC 2000 XL. Then I went to a 2000 because my homie sold the 2000 XL. And all I could afford was the 2000 at the time. So I bought that. I learned that. I love that. And then I went over to like the SP1200 and the S950 and that type of stuff. And I kind of used that for a while. And now, I do a combination, but like I can make beats on the computer, the laptop or whatever. So I kind of try to do a little bit of everything, but the computer is just easy, quick.
Then how would you describe your sound to people?
Oh man. And try to define it. But I think it's rooted in like classic hip hop. A little jazzy, a little rugged, a little grimy, but also, progressive as well.
So do you just produce or do you rap as well?
Nah, I just produce now. I haven't rapped in years. It's been like over a decade easily.
Oh, okay. So you retired.
Yeah.
So tell us about. I was listening to your latest release. It's called Crossing the Rubicon. So you got a lot of people on there, man. You got I see Benny the Butcher on there, Flea Lord. You a lot of people on there. Heem, Screw Tape, Manhattan. So
yeah. Basically, I've been working with all those guys for a while. Me and Screw Tape got an album coming in a few months. Manhattan and I have known each other for 20 years, and we kind of like locked in the studio a few years ago and started working heavy. Benny, I did some stuff for previous releases. I was on the Butcher on Steroids album. Me and him are working on some new stuff, and I met him through Benny. Just all guys that I've worked with or been talking to, and we all respect each other's work.
Yeah, I see you talked to one of the you did a mixtape with one of the sponsors of PoPolitickin, XP, the marksman.
Oh yeah, that's my guy right there.
Yeah,
we met
cool.
we met in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I had to go to his spot one time because he sponsored the podcast. We had an event we was doing, so he hooked it up with some trees. So I went to his house and shit. He cool guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. I've known him for I guess 8 years now. It's been 7 or 8 years. Yeah, he's a good guy.
So how do you pick who you're gonna work with?
I mean, it's a combination of people hitting me up and me hearing people and just wanting to work with them. But for the most part, I try to work with people I have relationships with, because I feel like the music comes out better that way. You know what I mean? As opposed to we never met before, we never done anything, we never had a conversation, and I think that's kind of part of the success of the stuff that I've been doing with people. It's more of a relationship.
I mean, what's the DXA?
DXA is my crew that I came up with. Dirty Explicit Artist was originally the name for it. Don't Expect Answers was our first album. But yeah, those are just the guys that I came up with doing stuff and kind of pushed me to, hone my craft and whatnot.
You drinking Shapiro?
I owe a lot to them.
You drinking Shapiro?
Sapporo.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
You like it?
A little Japanese action. Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah,
it's good. Cool. Simple,
Yeah, I was gonna play one of the songs right quick, man. I really like it. This is my I'm halfway through, but so far my favorite song is that Grandma's.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice. UFO Feeve. That's my guy.
You want to talk about it a little bit before we play it?
Yeah. So basically, Feeve kind of I brought the beat, and the way he heard it, he just he kind of went off with the concept. And what's cool about it is that I stayed in my homie's grandmother's house for a while. I rented out the whole top floor of her crib, and I built the studio in the basement because she let me put the studio in the basement. So I had a big relationship with my friend's grandma too. So when he kind of wrote that concept, it struck me. So then I had to get the clip and make it a whole thing, and it came out dope. I dig it.
All right, gonna go into that. Y'all be right back on PoPolitickin. Let me rewind it a little bit. Get yourself together. Don't let the people in the streets see you cry.
It's I grew up in public housing, you know what I'm saying? 7 floors, 4 apartments each floor, you know what I'm saying? 2 buildings connected, man. It's a lot of people. Yo, I was project raised at my grandmother's crib. A quick visit turned to this where you live. It's mama love ain't coming back. Swear I gotta spend my summers at. Lionel was my favorite Thundercat. Baby was my favorite uncle. Cause he always bought me Jordans. Back when my pops didn't think they were important. Uncle Jim threw me zones. Told me stand up on my own. Taught me the importance of paying alone. We played ball till the shots rang. Then the cops came. Guess it must have been the block thing. Cause Miss Murray knew it all. I'm trying to sign our aim for Baby J, but my grandma's expecting the call. I'm talking long before I know the law. We on the land of the past, doing things they never saw before. I ate the chip on my shoulder cause I was poor before. I had dreams and I sold them all. That's why I never noticed y'all. Cause I be writing my real life, and that other stuff just doesn't really feel right. Right. No. Like we came up, it's hard to believe, you know what I'm saying? But gotta believe in something, man. Believe in in the family, what be keeping us tight. We love each other just as hard as we fight. It's nothing certain, but love is how you treat a person. Don't wait until their health starts to worsen and say what you feel. Heavy heart helps you kneel when you speak to the Lord. I spread the word when I start to record. Grew up in dirt, look, I earn what I work for. It hurts more when you get it alone. See your chair as a throne. Crack sales, how we paid off the loans. Weed kept me in the studio. Sessions cut short by the phone. I gotta answer that. Cancel any plans we had after that. I mean, for real, sometimes I keep it too real. I make music for the streets, the type of shit you can feel. Put your speakers to the window, let your block hit a rail. She and I was outside trying to keep up with bills. I seen grown men cry when their friends got killed. Time to ride like vengeance is mine, said the Lord. As we stand tall.
Most of us at some point in our lives have somebody that means more to us than anybody else has ever meant before or ever mean again. And it wasn't after I got older and started to look around for things. It was before I even knew what I was looking for. Out of all the things that I might have written, my favorite thing that I've written has to be about this favorite old lady of mine.
I was gonna say, that joint. Who on that sample? On that church sample?
Which one?
The church sample, like who's the lady? Singing?
I don't even remember the name. I got it somewhere written.
That shit hard. It kind of sound like Gladys Knight.
It's not Gladys. It's like it's a more obscure soul singer. I forget the name though.
Then I'm gonna say, so what is the title of the album mean? Crossing the Rubicon. What does that mean?
So basically, it's a reference to Caesar, but the way that it's like interpreted like more recently is the point of no return. So like, you cross that point, there's no turning back,
What does that mean to you?
Kind of like it was me stepping out as an artist as opposed to just producing projects for people or producing on other people's projects. It was more like, the last album I put out called Live from the Bunker was like kind of just a collection of songs. This one was more of an album that I put together and curated. So to me, it was like that step into becoming an artist and, putting yourself out there as so, you know what I mean?
Now I'm saying, so what does Ice Rocks mean?
It's a long, like the way that the name came about. It was like it's a long story. I'm not really gonna get into it. It's kind of like a joke that became something else that was from something else. It's like it's very long winded though. But my homie named me Ice Rocks like a long time ago, and it kind of just stuck.
All right. So what is next for you? What's next for you? Like with your music?
The next shit I got coming is I got an album with Manhattan, who's on the Crossing the Rubicon twice. He's on the song with Flea and the song with Rome. So him and I have he has a whole album coming. I produced like half of it, and I'm like executive producing it and kind of putting it out through my umbrella. But that's my guy, so we've been doing that, and then right after that is a album with Screw Tape that's done as well, and then I'm linking up with Heem soon to get some stuff done for our shit too. We got something coming as well.
All right. Then describe your creative process when you're making a beat.
It varies depending on like where I am and what I'm doing, but for the most part, I just like to zone out and listen to music. So, sometimes I'll just listen to something and it will spark something, or I'll listen to samples or whatever. Or sometimes I listen to other producers and kind of get inspired. But but sometimes it just hits you and you got to like just go to it, you know what I mean, and kind of lock yourself away and just work. But I've gotten used to trying to work anywhere and everywhere, you know what I mean, just because I used to have to like be in a certain mindset, and then now I'm like gotten to a point where if I sit down to do it, I'm going to get something done. So
all right, then what are some of your interests outside of music?
I like a lot of stuff. I like art, you know, museums. I like building stuff. Like I just built like a custom cabinet, like a custom bookshelf for somebody recently. I do shit like that too, you know, hands-on. I just like to create things, honestly. I want to get back more into like painting and stuff. I used to paint a lot when I was younger. But yeah, just like all creative stuff. I like, you know, going, seeing comedy and stuff as well. Just anything that's creative that people like put their heart into, you know, I fuck with that.
Now, say, how would you say your style has evolved throughout the years?
I mean, I used to suck, so it's gotten better. You know, I don't know. It's one of those things where like I always thought that I wasn't, you know, up to par when I was starting, but a lot of people told me I was better, like that I was good, and to keep going. And I always was gonna keep going, but like for me, you know, people said that I was like better than I thought I was at one point, and then once I crossed over and I realized like I was like, nah, I got this. You know what I mean? That was a good like point for me. But yeah, you just gotta kind of just go for it, you know.
Then when was that when you realized you got it?
I'm trying to think of like, I guess it happened, I don't know, like a few years in, probably like, I would say like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years in, when I like really, when I was like started realizing it, like it clicked, and it kind of became more effortless to make music. I don't know. It took a little time for me to like really get in that groove, I felt, but it happened.
Then what advice would you give to a new producer?
I would say the biggest thing that I could say is a few things. One is don't follow what everybody else is doing for you. 2, if you want to be successful in this and you want to like get things done, but also be able to grow, I say try to find an artist that you can really lock in with and build like something with, because they'll help you grow and you'll help them grow, and it will grow together. And third, just don't give up. Just keep going. Consistency is key.
What would you say to an MC?
What would I say to an up and coming MC?
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing, and just kind of build off of each other's energy, and you know, try to make something greater than just yourself. You know what I mean? Something that's bigger than just the one person.
And then is anybody some people like you haven't worked with yet that you want to work with in the future?
Yeah, I mean, you're saying like MC wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to work with Ito. He's definitely an MC that I want to work with. I want to work with Westside Gun. I know I've had him in the studio, but we never gotten anything done. Who else do I want to work with? Schoolboy Q. I'd like to work with Schoolboy Q.
What you waiting on to work with Ito?
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, Ito's the homie. Like I sent him a beat once or twice, but I don't know. Maybe the timing wasn't right. But I'm sure we can get something done.
Yeah, I think I had him on the show like I want to say a couple months ago, like maybe
Yeah.
6 months ago, probably. Yeah. All right,
Nah,
man.
he's a good dude. It just hasn't happened. I don't like to force shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what do you mean by that? Like you just like you send to him, and then when it happens, it happens.
Yeah, or like, you know, if he hears something that he wants to, you know, get on, then I'm sure he'll do it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, yo, I sent you that beat, and I sent you that beat. You do something. You know what I mean? Like, if he hears it and he wants to fuck with it, I'm sure he will. You know what I mean? I don't want to, like, you know, I want him to want to do it. You know what I mean? Just like anything with anything you do, you play. Like, I've played people beats before, and they're like, if they don't immediately like hop, like want to get on that beat, I'm like, all right, we go to the next one. Go to the next one. I'm not gonna like sit there and drill it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of like, I think that's how the best work comes. You know, you put something on someone, if it sparks something, then we go with it.
But I'm gonna say, so what would you do if you be like, you just know it's on fire? Would you just keep trying to send it out to people or something? Or what would you do?
I mean, usually it doesn't make it that far. You know what I mean?
That's good.
And like, yeah. So basically, normally what happens is if I have a specific beat with a specific artist in mind, I hold it. So like, I did that song "The Realist" with Benny and Heem on Heem's project, right? And I made that beat for Benny, like specifically for Benny to get on. So when I went up to Buffalo to work with him, I saved it. You know what I mean? Matt hadn't heard it. He wanted it, but he was like, yo, I know Benny's going to kill that. I know. And then Heem got on it, and we ended up making a Heem song. And yeah, it was like, you know, I knew that it would sound great for him. So that's happened before with a couple artists where I just hold this, you know, I hold the beat there because it's like I don't hear anybody else on it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I want to say, so what drives you the most? Is it money, fame, art, love? What you say drives you the most?
It's art. It's love of art and creating. Like, to me, I always had the mentality that I was gonna do it whether I had fame, money, or anything from it. You know what I mean? That's what kept me going for so long. So to me, it was just, you know, once people started recognizing what I was doing, and people that I respected were like, yo, you got something here, you know, that was big for me. And then, you know, then I'm at a point now where, you know, I'm working with a lot of the artists that I've wanted to work with. And some of them are, you know, killing it right now. Some of them are, you know, crushing it. So I'm just happy that I was able to, you know, build with them when they weren't on the top of the world. You know what I mean?
So what are your goals for your career now? Like your top 3 goals?
My top 3 goals. Basically, I want to build up my entertainment company more. I want to get some more music in movies. I've gotten a few things here and there, but I want to do a little bit more music for movies and commercials. And I got to buy this house, you know? I got to get this house.
Yeah, how much houses out there? Where you at?
What's up?
How much they cost out there?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for, but here in Queens, I mean, they range, but there's not many houses out here for less than, you know, $600,000.
Yeah, that's how it is out here. Cause
it's probably more like my neighborhood right now. Like, it's more like a house is $1 million and up.
Yeah.
1.2 to 1.5 and up. So like, there's a few places out here it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
Yeah, you almost got to play for that team on your head.
Yeah, no, seriously. Seriously. No, yeah, but it's you know, it's we could do like an apartment or something, you know what I mean? Like something like that. Maybe we'll start with that, but my girl doesn't want to move out of the city. She's got her heart set on this place. So
yeah, because I live in San Diego, so you know it's expensive out here.
Okay, too. I know San Diego. Yeah.
But I'm saying, do they have like when people say flats? What is a flat? When people say they live in a flat or something?
Flat is just like that's a European word, I think. or like a from Britain or something. But it's basically just like that's just an apartment, just like a rental or whatever.
Do they have like condos out there too, or they don't have?
Yeah, they got condos, co-ops. They got regular apartments that you can buy flat out. They got the 2-family houses, 1-family houses, 3-family houses. They got the mini mansions and all that shit. There's like a lot of different stuff. But the real estate out here is crazy, just because for a long time everybody wanted to move here, so it got wild. Like the house I used to live in, that like.
It went out. I know he went out, y'all. He might have went out. Let's see if he can come back in. Yeah, y'all make sure you check me out though. PoPolitickin.com, social media and everything. Like I said, we always put in interviews on YouTube. That's where all the interviews at. Two Black Brothers, my homie DJ Period. Make sure you check us out over there too. We'll be on tomorrow. Let me see who we got on tomorrow. I'll let you know. Hey, my homie still froze. Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow. Let me take him out. Yeah, he'll get back in. But yeah, let me let y'all know what we got going on tomorrow. It's only a day away. Let me see. So tomorrow we got Born Knowledge and Josh from Soul for Real. Then we got Osby Chill and Izzy UTS. So we was talking to Izzy, I think Monday, and it broke up, so we're gonna bring him back on. But yeah, we got some interviews tomorrow, so we on. Make sure y'all check us out. Like I said, Born Knowledge and Jace from Soul for Real. So I'm gonna be on there singing too. Like, have you ever loved someone so much you thought you died? I'm gonna be on there singing too. But yeah, let me know what y'all like the background. Oh, you can't see it now. I was trying to show the background. Yeah, but anyway, when y'all see the background, let me know what y'all think. Yeah, I'm trying to wait for a little bit. Hopefully, get back on. Internet be hating on us, y'all. Be breaking up a lot. But yeah, so we'll be, like I said, we'll be back on Wednesday. 2 interviews on Wednesday, 2 interviews on Thursday. And I'm trying to keep schedule up. I'm trying to do interviews from Monday to Thursday. So always be tuning in on YouTube. And even if you can't watch it live, you can always just hop back in and watch it on demand when you got time. And like I said, we're on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. Wherever you listen to podcasts, I'm right there. So make sure you check me out. Yeah, shout out to the homie we had on today, Ice Rocks. Producer, make sure you check him out. Got some good, he got some good beats. He doing his thing. Like I said, make sure you check me out on social media and Twitch and Twitter. But yeah, so until the next time, I holla. About to go. Yeah, oh yeah. Forgot about this one. RapperT-shirts.com. Make sure you go in there and get some merch. Especially we go on PoPolitickin. Like, so you go to RapperT-shirts.com. Then I have a PoPolitickin collection. You can get all my, I'm steady making new shirts. Got a good quality, good design. So I got some coming in. So once they come in, I'll start wearing them. But yeah, make sure you get a shirt or two. Just support the movement. If you're really a fan, you really like what I'm doing, that's the best way to support. So, all right, y'all. We out. Peace.